Someone said let's pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like oh no. Where's the mix it happens, take a photo now. But for now, I'm loco. For now,
Yes, my peoples, man. Big up yourself, everyone inside. You know we're here for you like every single time. Yeah, you know my team already. Ornstein's come out and spoke, so you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring you lot the vid. This is from the Athletic podcast. So if you want to go watch the full thing, go on the Athletic. But I've mostly got everything about Man United anyway. So I'm gonna play it for you lot, and then we'll get straight into it. You know how I stay. Understand?
Well, that was the big target for Manchester United after the Cunha deal and with Liam Delap choosing to sign for Chelsea. I'll just wind it back a little bit. United came into this window with the finances available to do 2 deals without needing to sell. Their preferences were Matheus Cunha, £62.5 million release clause, Liam Delap, £30 million release clause. I've got to say that Brian Mbeumo was always at the top of their list for a wide attacker. In and amongst that was Antoine Semenyo too. They held him in the highest of regards, but Mbeumo was above that. There was even a time where they might have gone for all 3, Cunha, Mbeumo and Semenyo, you know, in the absence of finding the number 9 that they wanted after the Delap situation and with everything we've seen going on with Victor Gyokeres and other names, and we'll come on to the number 9 in a bit. But as it materialised, Manchester United have managed to close out deals for 2 top targets in Cunha and Mbeumo before they leave for their pre-season tour. So a bit of credit where it's due. They've also scored a hell of a lot of goals. Yep, they come at reasonable prices, but perhaps they'll be seen in time as decent value for money when you look at some of the prices being committed elsewhere. After that, United are clearly going to focus on other areas. In no particular order, the goalkeeping department needs to be addressed in the view of United. That doesn't necessarily mean Andre Onana's going to leave. He's got an injury at the moment. There may not be suitors for him. There may be. Let's see how that develops. We've seen a lot of speculation around Emi Martinez, and we don't know of movement on that, and there will be more goalkeepers in the frame as well. And number 6, I think, is on the agenda as well. So defensive midfielder. No doubt we'll see loads of names mentioned, and we're going to have to respect the process in that because we don't have any sort of information on developments yet. And then, of course, the number 9, they want to sign a striker. Now, we don't know of them actively sort of moving on Sesko, Watkins, reports on both in the last sort of 24 hours before recording this. No doubt that they are on the list of Manchester United, like they are on the list of pretty much every top club. And Laurie Whitwell, our colleague, was first to report about Watkins, and there have since been dispatches on Sesko because that possibility of Arsenal didn't materialise, or any other club as things stand. And of course, things can change as the market goes on. Prices shift, they go up, things become less possible. They come down, things become more possible. And they will have other options as well. I can't say the direction of travel on that just yet. There is a lot more work that needs to be done. They want to get rid of a load of players, and that will raise some more funds on top of the Rashford salary saving, Carreras, the sell-on income, the Anthony Elanga sell-on income. And I know there is a lot of anxiety among all club fan bases right now about why are we taking so long to get our business done. Guys, we're in July. Like, we're not even at the end of July yet, by any means. Like, we've got the rest of July, we've got the whole of August. Yeah, I know everybody wants to get their squad settled before the season in an ideal world. But Manchester United are by no means alone in not having that so far. And they are ahead of quite a few clubs in what they've done. This is not a fine science. Nor is it easy. And so it's a decent start. loads more to do, and no doubt that will define or influence the success of Ruben Amorim and his team in the short term. And one final point to make on that is that they might not be able to do all of their business or desired activity in this window. Some might have to come in January, some might come the next summer. It may go in different directions, but they are clearly working very hard at this. And I'm really impressed by the two signings so far. I'm really impressed that they've managed to make the most of a very difficult situation on Rashford. But the sort of true judgment is in the weeks ahead.
Will definitely mean there might be some future business, hopefully before the transfer window closes.
Yeah, hopefully from United's perspective and the players too, but it's easier said than done. Jadon Sancho has been heavily rumoured to be closing in on a move to Juventus. That is not accurate, as I understand it, at all. And I'm not quite sure where that's emanating from. There's an element of interest from Napoli, for sure. Let's see how they weigh things up. They've brought in Noah Lang, and so is that a viable possibility? And I'm sure there will be more clubs interested in Jadon Sancho as the window develops. He didn't have a bad season with Chelsea, and we know the talent that he possesses. But he's on a very handsome salary at Manchester United, and so that's a complicating factor, not only for them but for clubs who are looking to take him. But really, at his technical and age profile, I would expect possibilities to arise as the market moves on. Anthony is a different case. He had an extremely strong loan with Real Betis, and no doubt there will be further interest, maybe from them, from elsewhere. In Spain in particular seems to be a happy hunting ground. But unfortunately for United, patience is required to try and establish what sort of fee could be agreed on transfer and salary coverage. Is it a loan? Are there options? And yeah, Malacia is probably less onerous for Manchester United from a financial perspective in terms of the salary, but they do want to move him on. And there may be other opportunities that arise as the window develops in other positions as well. Like the Onana situation seems to be sort of unresolved. And therefore, another one is Rasmus Hojlund. Very good chance that he moves on, and it could all be intertwined with, Manchester United's progress on maybe a new striker that would educate them on what they'd be willing to part. And even though I assume his desire would have been to stay and get things right at Manchester United, but it doesn't always materialise how you want it. So I don't think there's reason for doom and gloom on that front, but I think there is a need to allow time and these situations to develop.
The boy Hojlund has peaked for him. He's done. So you lot have heard what Ornstein said. He's got into it and said, the striker situation, etc. There's a very good chance Hojlund leaves. Laurie Whitwell said the same thing not too long ago, by the way. So this has been going for a minute. The Athletic have been standing on business when it comes to Hojlund leaving. They're not having it. They're saying my man is going to leave. So there's a strong chance that my man leaves, which is very, very good. Because if he leaves, there's no excuse not to get a striker, even though we still want a striker anyway. So yeah, man, there's a very good chance that Rasmus Hojlund leaves Man United this summer, which is good because we can see, even with pre-season, even though he's lost a bit of weight and whatnot and he's come back lean, it don't mean nothing. You know what I mean? He's come back, he's still doing all these same stuff that he does. But yeah, so boom, a goalkeeper department, a defensive midfielders on the agenda, and a new striker. So it's good to see the midfielder is still on there. A lot of people were saying it because Ruben came out himself, remembering it, and said we lacked pace in the middle. So now to see that a defensive midfielder is on the agenda, a striker and a goalkeeper, we've more or less put all the holes up, mate. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking good, man. Ornstein, man. Big up Ornstein, man. That's my goal. I don't, all this Fabrizio stuff, I don't really, you get me? Ornstein comes out and just speaks when it's needed to speak. He don't come out and just say nothing. And then obviously he came out and gave us some bad news. There has been heavily rumoured to be closing in. Jadon Sancho is meant to be rumoured to be closed into Juventus. Every day we're hearing agreement this, agreement that, agreement this. Every single day. It's gas. It's not quite accurate. And if he speaks, you listen, mate. So that Jadon Sancho stuff is a myth, mate. No one wants this geezer. Every time he gets close to someone, there's always an obstacle in the way. He won't drop his wage or something. It didn't work with Chelsea. It didn't work with Napoli. It didn't work with Fenerbahce. And now Juventus are on the same thing where they're saying, nah, it's a myth. So, bruv, it's a joke thing. So we got one good news in Hojlund's leaving, and then we got another bad news in Sancho. It's not looking like he's moving anywhere. It's a joke. JB Stacks, big up yourself, man. Morning, Mets. See Sporting United to get you. Oh, exactly. I want to talk about that sporting stuff. I'm going to get into that, but yeah, man, they're trying to use Arsenal to pay the money that they want to pay, or they want United to come in and just take over, basically. But bro, we're not on that one day. He's twerking for Arsenal way too much. It doesn't even make no sense for us to even try and go there. It's embarrassing at this stage now. Love the way you always play the vid first. Come on, bro, man. Like I said to you, look, that's the Ornstein video from the Athletic podcast. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, go there. But that's mostly what he said about Man United. He didn't say anything else. Come on, bro. No Sesko. He's gassed. Yeah, the Sesko thing looks like it might be a myth. You beat me to be in the first comment. If we don't go for Sesko, who else is there? Watkins 29 and too expensive. More no risk, but could be okay on a loan. Yeah, I'm on this loan team. I don't care who we get. Unless they've done it in the Prem, I don't mind it being a loan. Sesko's a myth. He's too expensive. I told you, look, 90 million is what they quoted Arsenal. They're going to quote us the same. He's going to stay there. They're going to price him out of a move. I think we go for Mateta. Yeah, I'm with you. I think we go for Mateta. Fabrizio said was in for Mateta in the beginning of the window, but remember, in the beginning of the window, Mateta was there, Ekitike, Osimhen, Gyokeres, Delap, they're all gone. 4 of them are gone, so Mateta's still got to be on that list. But it's about if he's expensive or not. Don't rate him. You don't rate Mateta, Mark. I forgot Malacia even plays for us. Thanks, David. Yeah, David Ornstein reminded you, like, innit? That's what I always say. The Freedom 5, everyone forgets there's a 5th guy called Malacia. I prefer Sesko for Man United. I don't prefer him. I'll be going all for Sesko if we can get the funds together. We can't get the funds more. So we've got to be realistic now. He's 90 million euros. That's about 79 million pounds. We can't get the funds. So you lot be realistic. Who are we going to go for then? Who should we go for? Sesko. The Sesko train is still here going crazy. Rasmus is a gunner. Like, finally. This is the best news of the day. Is that he's got to go. Like, he's actually going to go. Sancho acting like he has some personal vendetta against United. But I don't know what's wrong with him. But he just wants money so bad that he keeps pricing himself out of moves. He could have went to Chelsea and got 200k. He said no. Could have went to Napoli. He said no. Joke thing. Yo, Chris, what's going on? Sesko's not happening. Forget about it. See the Sesko train on this app. It's not happening no more. Forget about it, mate. All these things come out and spoke. He said it's a myth. Yeah. Rasmus Hojlund is leaving. It's a very good chance. Laurie Whitwell said the same thing as well, by the way, about a few months back. So Laurie Whitwell said that. Now Ornstein's saying it. Ornstein's the goal. We're looking at a goalkeeper. We're looking at a defensive midfielder. And we're looking at a striker. So that is very promising to see. And Jadon, Freedom, Malik Sancho, he is basically not closing on a move with Juventus. Every day we get reports from the Italian media about Sancho's close. He's got an agreement in place, blah, blah, blah. It's just not happening, mate. Like every single day. I always tell you that as well, take it with a pinch of salt, because we don't know about these journalists. DiMarzio used to be good for Italian news, used to be sick. He's shit now. He just chats shit. So this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're going on with. So that's what Ornstein said about them three. And they get into some more things of what Ornstein said. But yeah, it's not looking good with Sancho, man. I don't know if we're going to move him on, man. His wages are an obstacle. You don't want to drop his wage. It's a joke thing, man. We'll see what happens with that. Cool. Let's go with this now. This is what Ornstein's come out and said. More news. Benjamin Sesko, because I know a lot of you lot rate Sesko. Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, and Nicholas Jackson are not currently being actively pursued by United due to the cost involved. Although that can change as the window progresses, especially if their prices come down. However, United are placing greater emphasis on alternative options as things stands. Who's the alternative options, guys? Tell me who you don't think these guys are. Mateta, I think he's one of them, but he's got to be cheaper than them. And the priciest one out of them is Ollie Watkins at 60 million and he's 29. Would we pay for Mateta at 60 million and he's 27? Is he really that striker? I don't know. But unless the price goes down, no one is paying them prices. So Benjamin Sesko, forget about it. Ollie Watkins, forget about it. Nicholas Jackson, right this second, forget about all three of them. It's not happening. So we need someone that's going to make sense. So I can see a loan. I'm cool with a loan. Gonzalo Ramos or one of these guys, Kolo Muani, get them on loan, get rid of Hojlund. Next season, we go and get our striker, if anything. But, mate, I can't see. He said, bro, it's not going to happen with them prices. I kept telling you like this. I kept telling you, lot, we're not going to spend the money on 90 million on these geezers. I told you, lot, Sesko, people are talking about Sesko. I'm saying, bruv, he's too expensive. If Arsenal walked away and they really wanted him, we're not going to pay that money there. We're not going to do this. And Laurie Whitwell came out already and said, we're not going to do what we've done in the last few windows and take a risk on project strikers. We're not doing that no more. We want proven. That's why we've gone for Cunha and Mbeumo, paid 130 million, whatever it is, for 2 players, because we know that they're proven. It's going to happen now. So that's the situation, man. That's what's going on, man. Obviously, he's come out and he said United tried to enter the race for Hugo Ekitike last week, but Frankfurt attacker had committed to Liverpool by then. He already said, yo, I want to join you lot, it's done. They then inquired to Sporting Lisbon about Victor Gyokeres, because obviously they haven't wrapped it up yet, Arsenal. It's not wrapped up. So the striker has made it clear he's interested in only joining Arsenal, and United do not intend to advance on anyone unless the desire is mutual. So because he wants to stay with Arsenal, he keeps talking about Arsenal. We're saying it's long. We can't be bothered with the skeezer. We can see what he's on. There's no point, mate. So we're not going to go there and think and bid for Gyokeres. So all the Gyokeres chat, forget about it, mate. We're not bidding for him no more because he wants Arsenal. But this just says to me that it's not close, mate. It can't be close to Arsenal the Arsenal thing with Gyokeres, because they still want us to get involved. Why do they want us to get involved so bad? It can't be that close. If it was close to get wrapped, they wouldn't be asking for us to get involved. And then Laurie Whitwell came out and basically just said, Benjamin Sesko is amongst those United have kept tabs on, having first looked at him from 16 in Slovenia, and talks were held last summer with communication open this year, but he's not currently the subject of serious attention. Remember that, guys. Benjamin Sesko is not currently the subject of serious attention. So it's not happening. You understand? The cost of signing Sesko due to the fee inevitably demanded by Leipzig, plus his wages, is deemed incompatible with United's budget, and his performances in the Bundesliga last season, 13 league goals. This is what I'm saying to you lot. A lot of you lot are saying, get this geezer, go out there and pay 90 million for 13 league goals. We're not doing that, mate. It's not happening no more. That United is done. They're gone. Them geezers that were doing that, John Murtough and them, man, they're gone, mate. They're not doing that anymore. So that's the situation. Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, Nico Jackson are not currently being actively pursued by United due to the cost involved, although that can change as the window progresses, especially if their prices come down. However, United are not on it. So that's the situation with us right now. We're not preying Benjamin Sesko and saying, yeah, we want him. So a lot of you that rate him in the chat, forget about it, mate. It's not going to happen, mate. Let me take a few of these. I'm going to leave this on for those that want to see it, because this is big news. But yeah, it's not happening, mate. The Benjamin Sesko train, forget about it. Sancho's Joe, go to Saudi, get your... Exactly. But he won't go to Saudi, though. He likes to stay around, doesn't he? He likes to be in the ends. I'm surprised he even left London. So if we could raise 80 million for Garnacho, Anthony Sancho, would it be worth acquiring for Belieber? Wharton, of course, 100%. But I heard Wharton don't want to leave this year. And Belieber's probably going to be about 100 million, man. Freedom ain't cheap, Sanchella. Can't trust. The Ekitike thing had already committed to Scouser, which is gutting. And he supports United as well. He supports United, but it was like, he's already gave them his word, isn't it? He's probably got his bag. He thought, fuck it. We probably told him we got to sell someone by then as well. No one United will be DCL. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. On deadline day. Trust me. We are going to use Rooney. If he can even run Rooney, getting plain shoes and training beer belly. Sesko not coming. Ornstein said it. He's tier 1. Come on, bro. So that's for you lot. That's for the Sesko train, man. Benjamin Sesko is not coming here, bro. Yeah? I wasn't rating him, brother. 13 league goals. If you go on Twitter and you type in Benjamin Sesko's last 40 touches, it's a bad company. His last 40 actions, I think it is. Not touches. 40 actions. Mate, it's bad. It's terrible, mate. He's just literally just giving the ball away every minute. Like, it's terrible. But obviously, I don't really go off these things. I take it with a pinch of salt, but I don't rate this geezer. You scored 13 league goals. You're a project. We can't go out there and spend 90 million euros and then bring you to the league. It's basically the same as Hojlund. Hojlund scored about 12 goals for Atlanta. We brought him to the league and we made him the number 9 and he's young and all this stuff. That's the same thing as Benjamin Sesko. There's no different as Benjamin Sesko going for 90 million. That's like 79 million euros. Pounds, sorry. 79 million pounds. Hojlund cost 72 million pounds. They're both around the same age. They both scored around the same goals in their league. Same thing. So we've realised that and said, yo, we're not doing all that no more. See, Benjamin Sesko, we don't want to come there, bro. Ollie Watkins are 29. They're saying 60 million. You've gone mad. Like, we know this guy's all right. He scores goals, but 60 million is crazy. So they've just said, yeah, forget about it. We're not making that happen. Who's the other geezer? Nico Jackson was never going to happen. As soon as they came out yesterday or the day before and said 80 million to 100 is what he's worth, we just knew this guy, it's never going to happen. He ain't going nowhere. Forget about him. So they're all priced out of moves. They all probably want to move. All three of them probably want to move. Nico Jackson, he's got Delap and João Pedro to fight with. Watkins, he wanted to go Arsenal when Arsenal came in January. So he wants to move. And they're not in Champions League anyway. So there's no reason for him to stay. And then you got Benjamin Sesko, who's playing in the Bundesliga. So he definitely wants to get out of there. So yeah, man, like you said, Mr. Sesko not coming. Ornstein said it. He's tier 1. This is the main journalist. Forget Fabrizio. He's number 1. Trust me. And Mbeumo deal, how a potential Ekatike. Nah, man. And Mbeumo deal was already wrapped. I played you the video. Didn't you see the video? Mbeumo, did you not see what he just said? Look. Look at the middle article. After completing the signings of Cunha and Mbeumo, Man United are set to focus on new signings. A new striker, defensive midfielder, and goalkeeper. So it was always going to run. That was always the plan. And if you watch the video, he said, and Mbeumo was on our list. And Mbeumo, Cunha, and Semenyo, we might have all signed all 3 at one stage, he said. You get me? Don't buy in this Gyokeres. Yeah, we don't want him anyway. It's not happening. Like you can see here. We inquired. He said he wants Arsenal. We're not going back in there. We do not intend to advance on someone unless the desire is mutual. So if Arsenal can't agree a fee on Gyokeres with Sporting, he is finished. He's got to stay over there and just be getting fined every week for not coming training, or he's going to end up going somewhere like Juventus. What about the Dortmund striker, Gyokeres? I don't think he's ready for the Prem, man. I don't know, man. I don't really rate him. He scores goals. Don't get it twisted, but I just don't know what it is about him, man. I don't really rate him like that. But he does score goals. Don't get it twisted. But even him, how old is he? On a loan, I'm cool with that. You see these geezers that are coming from out of Prem, yeah? Bring them on loan. Any of them. I'll take Benjamin Sesko on loan. I'm cool with that. Sesko, Gyokeres, who's the other geezers? Any of these geezers from loan, Moise Keane, any of them. If they're coming on loan, that's cool. But for us to go out there and spend the mad Maguires on them and then they come back and then we're stuck with them, that's crazy, man. I'm happy to see us watch the striker situation for a while and see if something develops. Yeah. Mill, I'm with you with that one. Hope Sport and CP. Yeah, man. Squeeze everything out of them. They're talking about Eze and Rodrigo. And what's crazy is they would rather not pay more for Gyokeres, but they paid the full money for Madueke. See how mad that is for Arsenal? They're crazy, man. Arteta's a madman. Benjamin Sesko, bro. Trust me, man. Benjamin Sesko. Sesko is a good player. I don't know. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. He could be, but bring him on loan. Bring him on loan and then we'll buy him if he's good. The way clubs slap price tags on their players it's crazy. Jackson at 80 to 100 million. He only scored like 10 goals last season in the Prem. Imagine that. 10 goals in the Prem and they've slapped him 80 to 100 million. That's madness. How much do you think Prime Ronaldo would cost then? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why Man United don't sign Sesko? Because of this, bro. We're not getting bumped anymore. That bump days are finished. It's not happening. Guarantee this article will cause a meltdown on RageBait United fan channels. Of course. You got people coming out saying tier 1 said this, tier 1, and then my man's come out and said it's not happening. So you're going to still see people saying Sesko is still the main candidate because they need their thing to get pressed. I don't need to do all of that. Jackson is worth 12.5 million to be realistic. It's different. You're underpaid. You're violating him still. But he is a walking red card and yellow card. Arsenal signing a championship player. I forgot about Moise Keane. I'll take him on loan. Yeah, any of these players we've been linked with that are not in the Prem, I'll take them on loan. But if you're not in the Prem, 90 million euros for 13 goals is crazy. What is going on with this market? 90 million euros for 13 goals. That is crazy, man. Too high price. Yeah, it's crazy. I'd sell a Nana for a bag of months. Yeah, you're different. You was a sporting director. You'll be on a different thing. Different. But yeah, that's the situation, man. That's what Ornstein's come out and said about the boy Sesko, the boy Ollie Watkins, and the boy Nico Jackson, man. It's a myth. It's not happening, guys. Unless they drop their price, it's not happening. Forget about it. Like, there's no point even talking about it. Benjamin Tesco, Nico Redcar Jackson, and Ollie Watkins are not coming to the theatre unless they drop their price or we do some swap deal or some swapsy. Is a myth. So that's a myth for now, bro. This is obviously more from Laurie Whitwell now. I just spoke about Ornstein. Laurie Whitwell basically works with him, the Athletic, but he's got his own little links. And he said, Man United's attention now on sales, with several strikers being considered if Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Benjamin Tesco tracked, but no active thoughts on move. Club not planning to bid for Gyokeres. So put that out of your head. We are not bidding for Gyokeres. It's not happening. Our name's getting used every day. Fabrizio's getting paid by Gyokeres' agent. It's evident because he's been quoting Gyokeres for about 2 years. Even when he scores a goal, he scored another hat trick. He scored this, he scored that. Fabrizio's getting paid by them. So he's come out and said, obviously he said, Man United have been offered again the chance by agents close to Sporting to bid for Gyokeres, same as last week. Clear answer once again from Gyokeres. He wants to join Arsenal. He's only the decider. What I don't like about this article is, why has he come out here and said Man United have been offered the chance to bid for Gyokeres, but not said what we've done? Not said what we've said about it. Why has he not said that Man United said they don't want to bid for Gyokeres? Why has he said that and then just automatically gone to Victor saying Victor only wants Arsenal, as if he's rejected us again or something? This is what I'm saying about this geezer, bruv. Look at the article. Man United have been offered, yeah? So they've offered us. A man's come to us and said, yo, do you not want to sign Gyokeres? Same as last week. And then the clear answer once again from Victor, he wants to join Arsenal. He's only decided. Why have you not said what Man United said? Why have you not turned around and said United have said they don't want to bid for him no more or whatever? Or, do you know what I'm saying? This guy's an idiot, man. I don't understand this geezer. But yeah, this is what he's saying anyway. So we've been offered the chance. We're not going to do it. Laurie Whitwell's just said it there. Club not planning to bid for Gyokeres. We don't care about that. He wants Arsenal. He's made it clear. He's doing a madness. He's not training. He's on strike. He's going through loads over there. Yeah, he's dropping his wage to sign us. He's going mad. But Arsenal are playing around over a few add-ons with Sportings. So it's been going on for about 2 weeks that they won't sign for add-ons. So Sporting is trying to get them to pay. So they keep trying to get us involved to make it look like we're getting close. But they know that he's twerking for them so much. He don't want no one else but them. So I don't know, man. But I don't understand why Fabrizio keeps putting it out like that. Just pull it out how it is. Look, we're not planning to bid for Gyokeres. Can you see? Laurie Whitwell just come out and said it. Done. My man's saying we've been offered the chance, but Gyokeres doesn't want us. Like, he just keeps putting it out there like this geezer is rejecting us 5 different times when that's not the case. We've been offered to sign him. What have we said? You're not telling us what we said. Like, we're not planning to bid or get involved, whatever. You're not saying that. So this guy's a joke, man. But Gyokeres, that's why I'm saying that I don't think it's close. If it was close, why the hell would they want us to get involved if it was close? The Arsenal thing with Gyokeres is still stalling. So they need us to get involved to rush Arsenal. He said this last night, about 8 hours when I saw it. So about 10 hours now. So this is what I'm saying. That Sporting to the Gyokeres thing and Arsenal can't be close, mate. Because they've been coming out 2 times and saying, basically, here we go soon. I played a video for you that time ago. Fabrizio's like, there could be a here we go right now as we're speaking. So why has there not been a here we go? It's been about 2 weeks now. And then obviously it comes out and said, Man United have looked at several midfielders with Amrin wanting the position strengthened, but conversations are at preliminary stage. So we don't know who the midfielder is. I see people, content creators, other ones, putting Belieber and certain other midfielders in their thing, in their thumbnails. Bro, we're not linked with no midfielders. They're just tweaking. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that's going on. So we're linked to one. At least we're linked to one, isn't it? Because a lot of people have been asking about midfielders. We need one. There's no pace. Amrin came out the other day himself and said it. We got no pace in the middle. We're playing Casemiro still. It's not looking good. So to see that where they're actively looking for a midfielder, you can see that the board is actually saying, you know what, we need a midfielder. Big up them. So we want a midfielder. We want a striker. Like Ornstein said, we want a striker. We want a midfielder. And we want a goalkeeper. As you can see in the middle. Goalkeeper, midfielder is on the agenda, and a new striker. So that's what we're doing, man. We're out there, man. But we need to sell some of these guys, man. Rasmus Hojlund might leave. It's looking very likely he's going to leave. So it's going to look good, man. It's going to look good, man. Let's get into let me get a few of these, actually, and we'll get into the next stuff. There's loads of shit to talk about, man. Who does he want? Ramos, man said Rasmus. Ramos on loan and Vardy on a free. I wouldn't mind that still. I wouldn't mind that. Like I said, anyone that's not in the Prem, let's get them on loan. I'm cool with that. Any striker, I don't mind. That's not in the Prem. If we get them on loan, I'm cool with that. I'm going to back it. Moise Keane, Vlahovic, who's the other geezers? Rasmus. I don't keep saying Rasmus, bruv, because he's leaving. It's got me so excited, so happy that I keep saying his name. So Gonzalo Ramos that plays for PSG, Kolo Muani, all of these guys will be linked with. Moise Keane, I don't mind. If they come on loan, I'm cool with that, mate. Do you know what I mean? Bring them on loan. I don't want us paying mad money and they come and flop. Just don't resort to these free agents. Like, look, you got 2 people. You can look at that. You got this. You got Santos saying Vardy on a free, and then you got saying, "Lo, don't go for Vardy. Don't go for Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Wilson." That's what they said, though, wasn't it? They said if there's a hole in the squad, come the end of like close to the September the 1st, then we'll go for one of these. It's not solidified now, but you can see from what Ornstein is saying that look. Any of these players now that they're bumping up their price, we're not going for them, mate. We're saying no, that's long. So Watkins probably wants to leave. 60 million, we're saying no way, you've gone mad. Drop it to 45 or 50 and we can actually talk, then maybe. Benjamin Sesko, 90 million euros, nah, we're all right, mate. Nico Jackson, you come out here and said 80 million to 100 million, nah, we're good. So that's what we're on now. We're not on this bumpage thing. How man was getting bumped before, we're not on all that. So that's what's going on here. If you're going for the title, why the fuck you sign an average striker? Arsenal never learn new Spurs now. I reckon Gyokeres will score goals though, man. He scored loads of goals in Coventry. I reckon he will score goals. But I don't know what's going on, bro. Why they're not prioritizing him and paying the little money that Sporting won, but they want to pay all the money for Madueke. Arteta's a weirdo, bro. I'm telling you, this geezer's strange. Whoever still thinks United is going to hijack Gyokeres, go back to sleep. Trust me. Go back to sleep, bro. 11:30. Just go back. Tuck yourself in because it's not going to happen. I keep telling man this. The Gyokeres thing is a myth. We're just getting used for it, as you can see. Laurie Whitwell is he's number 1 or 2 when it comes to United. Just United. Because you know a lot of these journalists, they do all the other teams. But just United alone, Laurie Whitwell, that's the only team he deals with. 30. We're not planning to bid for Gyokeres. This geezer is not reciprocated the love. We came in there, yo, we want you. He wants Arsenal. That's his dream club, whatever. It's because of Champions League, let's be real. But it is where it is, man. You go there, do what you're doing, but they're trying to use us. They're putting out all the Portuguese reports. Yo, Man United are going to hijack it, blah, blah, blah. And then now they're hitting us and saying you can bid for him if you want. So how can that be close with Arsenal then? If they're still telling us to bid for him, Sporting, Man United have been offered the chance by agents, whatever, close to Sporting to bid for Gyokeres, same as last week. So they're onto us to bid for him. How can that be close? They're looking there, there's a standstill, and they're saying, bruv, bid for my man, so you can speed them up at least, man. So I don't know what they're on, bruv. They're talking about Eze and Rodriguez and that, but they don't want to pay the money for their striker. And I know this is Arteta because he likes Havertz, so he wants Havertz to probably pay with someone else that he can swap with. I can't see. Imagine if it gets to the 75th minute. Let's just say this. Imagine if it gets to the 75th minute at Old Trafford and it's 1-1 and they need a goal and they're playing Gyokeres. He loves Havertz, so he's going to have to take Gyokeres off. You know what I'm going to say? Stuff like that. I don't even think they want Gyokeres. They want Sesko, but obviously the price is too much. So I think, yeah, it's peak for them, man. It's peak. We'll see, man. We'll see anyway. But we're not going for him no more. It's long. Forget about you. The Barbet release clause should be looked into by financial fact. Yeah, 100%, man. It's not even fair on the players, bro. It's not even fair on the players. It's pricing them out. Tyler Diblin, what happened to him? Where's Tyler Diblin? They said 100 million they wanted for him. No one ain't spoke about him since. He hasn't been linked to no one. Nothing. I've seen some soft links about Tyler Diblin, but nothing mad. Everyone wanted him come like March, April. When the season starts, he's going to go Tottenham. He's going to go United. He's going to go... There was teams talking about Newcastle in for him. Blood. Season has started. They put out that 100 million thing. Safe. No one ain't talking about him again. It's robbing players out, man. It's fucking up their thing. Look, now he's going to stay in Southampton in the Championship. And he's got all that potential because they priced him out of a move. It don't make no sense, bro. And that's what's going on with Benjamin Sesko and all these guys. But Fab has already said so much time that United will move for players who want to play for them. Yeah. Hundo. He said that a few times, but he just repeats himself, innit? So you can't really... you got to take what he's saying with a pinch of salt sometimes. Because Euro didn't want to play for us, bro. Euro wanted to go to Real Madrid. Euro didn't want to play for us, but we convinced him. And he come true. Xerxes was close to signing for Milan. So close. We convinced him. So it is what it is, isn't it? Gyokeres don't want us, so why would we? Boss said he only wants players that value so exactly. And this is what I'm saying. And Ornstein has said this. Look at the middle article. Look at the last paragraph in the middle article. Then they inquired to Sporting Lisbon about Victor Gyokeres, though the striker has made it clear he's interested only in joining Arsenal. And United do not intend to advance on anyone unless the desire is mutual. So it's done. Ornstein just shuts it down. So this guy coming at it every day, Fabrizio, just saying loads of nothing. Yeah, we got offered the chance to bid, but he only wants Arsenal. We know he only wants Arsenal. Come on, bro, man. He just chats. Big up Metric community. Please like and subscribe. We're here every day, 3 times a day. Met, come on, man. You know I always say that line, man. Big up yourself, gamer, man. 3 times a day. We're always here for you lot. Make sure you hit the like button. You subscribe. Come on, my peoples, man. Morning, afternoon, night. Sometimes 2, but we're here for you lot, regardless. Any bombers, I show up. Yeah? Trust me. So, yeah, love for that game. Appreciate it, bro. There's no way Gyokeres coming. He dug his... Yeah, his agent went mad. Doing that preference against the biggest team in England is crazy. Like, him coming out and saying all that, he prefers Arsenal was mad. Like, and it's still not even wrapped up. Imagine coming out. How long was that? About a month and a half ago, let's say. Come out and saying, I want to go to Arsenal. And it still hasn't been wrapped up all now. He probably thought it was going to get wrapped up the next day after that one there. It's crazy, isn't it? Arsenal pay up. Yeah, pay up the Maguires, man. Whitwell will be with United in the US, so going to have his ear to the ground on any transfer news. Yeah, Hundo. Francesco Pio Esposito, new target. Is it Irfan? Who is that geezer? And where does he play for? And where have you seen this to say he's a new target? Who's your link? Tell me. Sporting grateful for Gyokeres, but now they can't wait to sell him, and it's because of the agent tactics. Yeah, it's gone mad. They're going through a madness. Remember, he hasn't thinged, you know. He ain't going training. He's getting fined every day. Every day, this geezer's losing money. He's getting fined. He's on strike. So that's the situation with Gyokeres right now. He's on strike. So they want to get rid of him as soon as possible, but they're not going to be bullied. They're saying, like, we don't care. We'll take our time. Either way, we're going to buy someone anyway, and we're going to get our money for you. So Arsenal's going off the fact that he ain't playing for you no more, so we're just going to chill. But really, they have to sell him in the end. They have to sell him really to get some money this season. That's what Arsenal's going off. They're going to sell him regardless, but they're on some, we'll just chill. So let's see, man. Let's see what happens, man. We'll see. Man United midfield is crap, I'm guessing you're saying, versus Leeds. Yeah, 100% they're a fan, man. But tell me who your link is about this, Francesco Pio Esposito. This is the metric community, bro. You can't be putting in stuff like this without the guy that said it and where the link is, bro. We get into everything over it, yeah? We're one community, bro. Trust me. Here in Tier 1 say we want those positions should be moved to exactly. That's the big dog, Ornstein. Big dog. This is the main man. Yeah? Goalkeeper, defensive midfield, and striker. There's no gas in that. When he's coming out and saying Sancho is heavily rumoured to be closed in a move to Juventus and it's not accurate, I can't even be bothered to talk about to go and get any Sancho news anymore. There's no point. What is the point, mate? Any Sancho news in Italy, I'm not even bringing it in no more. For now, I'll give it a little break because you've gone mad. So that's Damasio and that saying, yeah, agreement in place, it's close. You've gone mad. So when he's letting man know, I'm not sure where that's emanating from, it's a myth. And when he's letting you know there's a very good chance that Rasmus leaves, and Laurie Whitwell said the same thing as well, there's something brewing. Something's going on. Trust me. Erasmus Hojlund, he doesn't want to go, does he? I'd rather take DCL over Wilson or Vardy, man's 38. DCL is the most injury prone out of all of them, though. Remember that. DCL is the most injury prone out of all of them. He barely plays the game. I brought up his stats here, and it was embarrassing. The geezer's always injured. He misses bare chances. Rasmus has got more goals than him. I'd rather keep Rasmus than DCL. Rasmus has got more goals than DCL, bro. For those that don't know who DCL is, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, by the way. It's crazy. Maybe if Dominic Calvert-Lewin wasn't so injury prone. Yeah, man. I'd rather take Vardy. I'd rather take Vardy still. Vardy still scores a bit of goals. He's got a bit of speed on him. You get it. He's a bit of a dickhead. He'll get onto the fans. I'd rather take Vardy. I swear to you. For me, Mwani or Vlahovic can work. Let's leave this Gyokeres. Even if the Arsenal deal collapses, the way he's talking about Arsenal, man, yeah, I think he's going to be fucked. This is what I'm saying. If this Arsenal thing does not happen for him, what happens? He's finished. He's going to end up at somewhere like Juventus. That's what I'm saying, Samuel. I'm with you with that one there. He's fucked because his agent has played this whole wrong, this whole situation. He came out and said all that thinking that Arsenal's going to come and just give him all the money straight away. Arsenal's going to come buy him straight away. It's done. It never happened like that. Yeah, but Vardy's 38 after he ain't worth it. Bro, on a one year as a backup, remember, say you keep Hojlund. Hojlund is still there. You still got Xerxes, and you can have Vardy just in case, like, you give him a little 15 minutes at the end of the game or something to just be a dickhead and you probably do more than Hojlund anyway. Just in case one gets injured, I wouldn't mind that. If say we go for a midfielder, we say, you know what, we'll put the striker on standby right now. We'll get one of these duds, but we'll get a midfielder in. Someone to bring the pace in, get a Belieber. Let's just say they went out and spent 100 million on Belieber or Wharton. And then they got one of these strikers for 1 year. It's a stopgap. It's basically a loan, bro. It's basically a loan. Vardy come in for 1 year and then leave. I wouldn't mind that. I'll be real. For 1 year, I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure Vardy was injured a lot last season. No, I don't think so. He played every game I watched them play. Yeah, who else plays up front for Leicester? I think it's only ever been Vardy. Who are those telling you that Gyokeres to Man United, that's a Delulu. He has maintained his stands. He wants Arsenal, so Man United jog on. Bro, I got the articles right in front of you, you silly guy, man. What are you talking about? You're clearly an Arsenal fan getting a bit, Bro, just tell me why you ain't closed this deal. It's been going on for so long. The Gyokeres stuff is right here, big man. Yeah? He's been offered to us. Why is he getting offered to us if you lot are close to signing him? Why is Sporting waking up and saying, Man United, bid for him, please, please, if you lot are so close to signing him? If we're sitting in a room with Arsenal and saying, yeah, you're going to pay us some money, we're going to pay, all right, no problem. Why are we going to go make a phone call to someone else and say, I beg you not come in and bid for this guy? It doesn't even make no sense. So that's why Gyokeres, it looks like, I'm not saying he's coming to Man United. I didn't say that once, but I'm saying it looks like they're not close with Arsenal. This has nothing to do with United. I'm just saying with Arsenal, we don't look close. I don't know what's going on. You lot got to sort yourself out. What's coming from reliable Portuguese sources is wrong, so never believe it. Yeah, exactly. It's unreliable sources anyway. The Vardy deal will teach Rasmus how to score. Obi goals of confidence. Obi's not ready. Let's be real. We just want Obi in because Rasmus is so bad. Rasmus is so bad that we're just like, you know what? Just give Obi a chance, man. He can do better than this guy. We saw him at Fulham. Remember, he played Fulham in the FA Cup game that we lost on penalties. He gave himself more chances straight away. Different. So, yeah, man. Come on, bro. But Obi's not ready, though. Let's be real. Obi's not ready. Sporting didn't want to sell to Arsenal, which is why they brought United back in. Exactly. They probably want to, but he's just gassed on them. He's seen himself in there, the Champions League. He's seen everything. So he wants to stay there. That's why Ornstein is the dawn of transfers. He just cut straight bullshit. Bro, I've showed you about Ornstein. Go on Ornstein's Twitter. All he does is break news and just talk about the news. And you got to remember, this is why Ornstein's the maddest shoot here. Let me show you something. You see Ornstein? He comes, breaks the news with an article. It must take him about half an hour to write that article. 20 minutes. So he writes the article for New York Times, gets it done up where they got to verify it, whatnot, puts it on his Twitter, writes it on Twitter, and then breaks the news. And then 1 minute later, Fabrizio will just say whatever he said. That's how I know Fabrizio sometimes don't even have the sources to confirm it's done. He just goes off it. Because it took my man half an hour or 20 minutes to do what he's doing and an article. Look at this in front of me now. Look, this is Laurie Whitwell. This is what they do. They have articles. If you look at the first one, yeah, it's an article. You click onto it. So they've wrote all of that on the article already, and then they post it. That's what Ornstein does with his news. He breaks the news like this on Twitter, but then he has an article that it probably took him 20 minutes to do. And then 1 minute later, Fabrizio will always say, "Here we go," to whatever Ornstein just said. But you clearly didn't know. Love for the super chat, my guy, man. Hojlund is a good option if available. Yeah, he played with my man before. I see little links, but let me be real with you. He's really linked to Juventus. But this is what I'm saying. This is the mad thing about this, yeah. This Hojlund one, yeah. The Italian sources are so booky, we don't know what to believe. That's what's crazy. But all the sources I've seen have linked him to Juventus. But they're so booky that we don't know how true it is. So I don't know. Love for the super chat, Cavani. Appreciate it. 80 million price tag for him, buddy. For Hojlund, allow it. We are no one, so be second Gyokeres. Yeah, I think I don't even want him no more. I swear to you. Before I was like, we finished 15th. I'll take anyone. I swear to you, like, I don't even want him in no more. It won't even feel right. You know, you're looking at him walk off. You'll have to still support it, but bro, I don't even want him no more, bro. Like, I'm fully, no way. You went mad. You've literally done yourself. And if he doesn't get that move to Arsenal, he is finished. He's going to look like when he's aging, he has to sack him. He's going to look like a dummy, mate, coming out and doing all of that and just doing it. He could have kept it quiet the whole time and just been just sitting there. I only want Arsenal, but just keeping it to himself. So if things did go left, he could come to United. But you've gone so mad with this, and the amount of times Fabrizio's put this up, and the fact that even look, it's saying club not planning to bid for Gyokeres. It's a myth, man. Forget about it. Donor. Mateta Singh to Man United. Mateta, man. I want Mateta, but I don't know, man. Like I said, the only link about Mateta was Fabrizio saying he was on the list at the beginning of the window. And obviously, at the beginning of the window, we had Delap, Gyokeres, Osimhen, and who else was on that? Ekitike. So we had all of them on the list, and they're all gone. So surely, man, surely. Big up Metro community. Big up yourself, man, gamer, man. Come on, 2-3 times a day. You lot know us, man. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you lot subscribe if you're new. The like button hasn't gone up, bro. Hit the like button, my peoples, man. You know we're doing this for you lot. Let's get the algorithm going bananas, man. But big up yourself, man. Big up yourself, gamer. It'll be jokes if we did take him from under Arsenal's nose. I can't see it, but it would be jokes, but it wouldn't no more, man, because he's twerking for them so much. Would we even want to play him against Arsenal, blood? He loves them so much that it's like, he might even not score out of respect. He might score and not even celebrate out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Some madness. I don't even know, man. I don't even want him no more, bruv. If clubs spend crazy money on a single transfer like that, Florian Wirtz to Liverpool is a clear indicator money has just lost value. Bruv, they spent that 79 million on Ekitike. Bro, they're going mad, Liverpool. I can't lie to you. They're really trying to keep that title and win it all. They're not on this games thing. United, please. If Victor Gyokeres is not ready, let's go for Sesko. Sesko's a myth. Bro. It's not happening. Look at the first article. Sesko, Watkins, and Jacksons are not currently being actively pursued. If Ornstein says that, it's true. I'm telling you it now. Oh, shit. I missed this from Gamer. My bad. How can I miss a few of these? I missed a few of these still. Yeah, this is what you said, isn't it? Look, Man United are not currently pursuing Nicholas Jackson's situation will only change in finances of a potential deal are significantly. Exactly. And look who come out and said it first, guys. The big man Ornstein. It's not happening. So when Ornstein talks, they all go and chat about their sources because every day, Ben Jacobs is the one that said, keep an eye on Sesko. Keep an eye on Sesko, and all these links started happening. So now that big man's come out, Ornstein, and said, yo, it's not happening, bro. Now they've all turned around. They're going to say it one by one. You'll probably see Tapping Fab back post come out soon and say it now. They're not in for none of them because they're too pricey on his video. Watch. Tapping Fab. Trust me. When United try to buy Sesko Gyokeres. Nah, myth, man. Man, you Jew. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. He's not ready for Sesko. I'm going to get into the next one anyway. Hojlund has an Arsenal tattoo. Safe. Allow it. Allow it. I would have wanted me to have an Arsenal tattoo. And Mbeumo showed Gyokeres how to act with class. Have you not seen what's happened with Mbeumo, yeah? How Brentford were moving mad. I'm going to get into that in a second. Don't worry. Mateta is 27 years age. That's calm. Prime years. So let's get into the next one. I've showed you about Laurie Whitwell breaking down the whole Mateta thing. We won a midfielder. Blah, blah, blah. Let me show you about Brian and Mbeumo, what happened with this geezer. Because they were moving mad, Brentford. So Brentford unimpressed by low ball first offer. Man United paid more, but less than a 70 million plus 7 price tag. So they wanted 77 million. That's what they wanted. Remember, we paid 65 plus 6, whatever it was. But Ruben Amorim and Executive were unified on the target. Why the deal took so long? Why Mbeumo wanted Man United? So that's the article there. Like I said, they're always right. That's what Ornstein and that do. They write their thing and then they got an article. And when you break it all down, it says Brentford believed that United had been informed by I can never say this word, intermediaries. I don't know. I just say agents, yeah? Of a price that would get the deal done. United's initial offer fell below that figure, and in any case, Brentford's valuation did not tally up with the message the agents had apparently communicated north. Some people involved in the deal say Brentford applied pressure on Mbeumo to accept moves to suitors who had offered a higher fee, such as Newcastle, Tottenham, were also aware of how much a deal would cost to do so. So they wanted Brian Mbeumo to go to Tottenham or Newcastle. This is what Brentford are doing. They're moving like ops. Like we got some mad beef for them. Like we done something mad to them. We ain't done nothing to them, bro. You understand? Like they've literally beat us. Like apart from Old Trafford when we beat them. I remember McTominay scored 2 goals last season, remember, and he won when we came off the bench. We drew 1-1 last season as well. When Mason Mount scored and Ivan Toney, I think it was that scored. And then this season, what was the score? Did we beat them? I know they beat us at their ground 4-3. But bro, what's your beef with us? I don't understand. What's this beef that we got with them? They said we only want a Newcastle and Tottenham, blah, blah, blah. Chelsea tried to make a late bid for Brian Mbeumo. I don't know what they were smoking when they've already seen all the articles come out that he only wants United. And obviously it just said, yo, Sir Jim, Ruben, Omar Barada, and Jason Wilcox were all unified with the target. And he's Premier League proven and his record. And Mbeumo was only outscored by Mo Salah, Isaac, and Hojlund last season. And I see something, I pull it in, I think I shared it on the screen. In the last few years, only a few players have scored more goals than him. He's in a different thing, man. So we've got a good coup there. But Chelsea went mad. I don't know what Todd Bowley was smoking. Brentford's got some mad beef with us, bro. Like they were trying to make this guy go to our next club. Like you went mad. He's sitting there and literally telling you, look, I only want Man United. He's a Man United supporter. He put out a little message on his Instagram, dreams come true or something. So big up Mbeumo, man. He's making it happen, man. He's going to live his dream. We've got 2 players that are Man United supporters playing for the club. They're saying, yo, I support you. I want to take the club where it needs to go. They're not coming in for money, nothing. So that's what we needed and that's what we've got. So big up the boy Mbeumo, man. You get me? We've wrapped that one up. It took a bit of time, but as you can see, it was Brentford fucking about. They keep putting up the price. They're looking at the transfers. Madueke's gone for this. Elanga's gone for this. He scored 20 goals, though. Rare. So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, big up the boy Mbeumo. Obviously, they all fly out today. Remember that. And he's on the plane as well. So good on them. Situation remains the same with Emi Martinez. Villa keeper keen on a move, but Man United yet to decide. Villa also now in a stronger financial position following the sale of the women's team. Because remember, when it was going mad about Martinez, it was before the PSR thing, before the 1st of July. So they had to sell something, and they sold their women's team to themselves. You know, these mad loopholes that keep going around. Chelsea started it, and now them. Original plan was to bring in a young number 2 in Lammens, and the talks for Lammens ongoing. You get it? I always show you about Lammens. He saved the most goals. He saved the most shots. He's got the highest save percentage in the world. He's prevented the most goals. That middle list is every goalkeeper in the world. Raya, Edison, Alisson, whoever you want to talk about, whoever you rate, Donnarumma, Courtois, they're all on that list, and he tops it. He's 22 years old. He's only going to be 13 to 17 million pounds. I think it's a no-brainer, bro. Just go for Dookie. He's had a better season than De Gea done on his best season ever. And this geezer's only 22. You understand? And I think being a goalkeeper, you don't really need to be. It's not like players, innit? See how we're talking about strikers right now. Oh, Moise Keane, would he do it in the Prem? Benjamin Tesco, blah, blah, blah. Goalkeepers, the goal is the exact same size behind you. So you just got to look after your box the same way you look after your box in Belgium. It doesn't matter. Every single country, the goal is the same size. So it doesn't really matter. So as long as you can come here and just make that transpire here, you're good, mate. That's all we need. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we could do the right thing and go for Lammens, man. Obviously Fabrizio came out and spoke about him the other day as well. And he just said for the goalkeeper, they have some experienced options like Emi Martinez, who would be keen on the move to Man United. United at the moment, there's still no direct negotiations with Villa. And then Senne Lammens. Save this name, peoples. Playing for Antwerp, 23 years old. I'm told that Man United have an interest in this player. He's been scouted, monitored in the recent months, a talented goalkeeper. Man United have to now decide what they want to do internally about the goalkeeper. Whether they want to bring in an important goalkeeper like Emi Martinez with experience or a young profile with an opportunity to grow behind Onana. Obviously, if we bring in Lammens, it's going to be a thing where he probably takes over Onana after a while. But Lammens is a name they are really considering at Man United. And then he put this out, just talking about the same thing, basically, that we're looking at him, blah, blah, blah. So you can see what's going on, man. That's Ben Jacobs that spoke about it. He spoke about it ages ago as well. But yeah, man, so we're going to see what happens, man. I just hope we go for Lammens. I wouldn't mind, innit, either one. But Villa, I'm not really with this. This Martinez thing, man. The way he took out Hojlund, that was mad. And that's what I don't want. I don't want brain dead players like Nicholas Jackson. We're playing a big game. Everyone's in their head like, yo, this is a big game. Let's relax. And then he just goes and does something stupid. That's what he done that day. It was a big game for them. They need to get in Champions League. And he went out there and just took out Hojlund. The guy probably wouldn't have scored anyway. And even if he was to get Martinez, he misses the Arsenal game anyway. Remember that. But it's nice to see anyway from Ornstein, what he put out earlier, remember, that we're still in for a goalkeeper, defensive midfielder and striker. So regardless if we sell Onana or not, because he's injured, we're still in for a goalkeeper. So that's why it's heating up. You understand? So obviously, Fabrizio, as he does, he tapped in on YouTube and said it again. A young goalkeeper, talented keeper to develop behind Onana while competing for starting spot. Lammens an option, or an experienced keeper in Emi Martinez. But Martinez, they're saying they want 40 million. Everyone's getting priced out of moves, bro. It's mad now. This whole thing is crazy, bro. So I don't know what's going to happen, man. We'll see what happens. But I hope we go for Lammens. Like I said, this key is different, man. For his age and his price, he's got the maddest records ever, man. He's just moving sick. So big up them. I don't care who we get. As long as we get anyone but Onana and Bayende, I'm cool. But I'd rather Lammens. So we'll see what happens with that. Freedom fighters. Safe. It's always the freedom fighters that we got to go to near the end. Alejandro Garnacho, Jaden Malik, Freedom Sancho, Anthony Malacio will not travel to the US tour with the Man United squad. So none of the Freedom 5, he turned 4 now, is going to travel to the US tour. We know that kind of, innit? And then obviously, Chris Wheeler's obviously said Man United are likely to consider offers under 40 million for Anthony. So 30 million should be able to do it, 35. It got reported the other day that, what's he called? Atletico Madrid now are interested in Anthony. So we'll see what happens with them. Atletico Madrid, he's waiting for Betis. So we'll see in it because he wants Betis at the moment, but Atletico Madrid come in, they're in Champions League. But I think he won't start for Atletico Madrid. They got a few players on the wing. I think Betis, he knows he starts. They gave him love over there, so boom, it's all good. Another Italian source come out today, and obviously man's taking like Italian sources with a pinch of salt now, 100%, but still, it's the best time for them to say this anyway, because obviously Hojlund, it's been said from yesterday that he's more likely to leave. And then obviously he came from the Italian league, so Italian clubs are automatically going to say he was all right over here. So we'll see. But Rasmus Hojlund is now in pole position to replace Dusan Vlahovic as the next number 9 for Juventus. So that seems like a Vlahovic has to go first type of thing. He's on 310k. Is he really going to go? Who's going to sign him? It just doesn't even seem like it's reliable. So I don't know, man. But that's being said, obviously, he's going to leave, isn't it? Hojlund, it's looking like he's going to leave. So if he leaves, he could go over there to Juventus. We don't care where he goes. As long as he goes, he goes. As you can see from this first article, there's a very good chance that Rasmus Hojlund leaves Man United this summer. That's from the GOAT, David Ornstein. So it's looking like the Skeezer's going to leave. You understand? I don't know where he's going to go. I think he should go to the Championship, you know. That would be good for him. Even if we could send him on loan, Championship, it's a bit more easier than the Prem. Go out there and see what you can do, man. But we can't have you sitting here. Something that make no sense. Professional training ground, pitch mentality, yeah, completely agree. Finally, 2 hungry players in the dressing room. Yeah, man, Cunha and Mbeumo want to do this thing, man. You get me? 35 goals in between them, about 14 assists. It's a good company to have. Lammens is better. I'm with the Lammens hype as well. I'm fully with it. Great picture of him. So, shame. Yeah, I see that still regular. Yamal to Man United. Yeah, you're dreaming, Abraham, man. Love that BM turn up dressed, impressed. Different. Martinez will miss 3 games. No, it's not 3 games, it's 1. It's not dangerous. It's only 3 games when it's dangerous. You go for someone's ankle or something. He's one just denying a goal scoring opportunity. That's only 1 game. Man United. This guy keeps saying this, man. Irfan, you're moving mad. Belieber, it's 100 million, bro. I don't know if we're going to do that. Good afternoon, midfielder talking, starting late. Anthony Santos told Cup. Yeah, Atletico Madrid. I love Lammens is better. Money ain't there for them players. Plus, think Wharton wants Liverpool next summer. Would they go for him though? They could, you know, actually. But they got Gravenberch. That would be mad debt for them if they did though. Oh, we ain't Scousers. Exactly. Man's talking about who did he say we should go for? Belieber and Wharton. Safe. Isaac to Man United. You're buzzing, man. You're moving like you're trolling. Conor Gallagher, Sporting Lisbon, midfielder talk. I'm relaxing the window now. Conor Gallagher, what's that got to do with us? Why are you relaxed, Lucky? What's that got to do with us, bro? That's not our problem. Lammens, Sesko in the DM. If we get 2, we are massively lacking. I don't think we'll get 2. We'll be lucky to get 1. Because Casemiro leaves next year, so I think we'll go then. We've got too much man that can play in that position. You know what I mean? So I think we'll get 1, if anything. Remember, we've got, in that CM situation right now, we've got Mainu, Bruno, Ugarte, Casemiro, Collier. There's probably 1 more person I'm missing out. You know what I mean? That's 5 players anyway. 5 players for 2 spots is crazy. And we've got 1 game a week. So imagine to add someone else. That's going to be mad. It's not going to make no sense. Mate, Sky Sports News were on last night highlighting racism and people giving abuse to the LGBT community. There are people saying bad stuff on Sky Sports. I can't believe what I was seeing. I ain't seen that, but you know how it goes anyway, man. This is nothing new anyway, bro. It's always happening, bro. If we sign Isaac, I'll eat my own foot. Oh, I love it. Mark said, yeah. Who is this dude that keeps saying it? Irfan, you're buzzing. I don't know why you keep saying this, bro. Who is this geezer? You ain't told us, no link, nothing. Is it a target that you want us to get, or it's really a target? Anthony Santos will accept new club now. Yeah, he's already accepted it. He wants Betis, but hopefully Atletico Madrid. Yeah, he's gone mad. let me get into the next one, which is Alejandro Garnacho. So Telegraph's come out yesterday and said, yo, Garnacho was the subject of bids from Chelsea and Napoli in January, was initially valued at between 60 million and 70 million by United. But the Argentina forward suitors believe he can now be snared for around 40 million, with this position at Old Trafford increasingly untenable. Obviously, we know he's part of the Freedom Five. He's not going to get no games. So they're looking at him and saying, rah, we might be able to get him for about 40 million now. But the Argentina's forward suitors, blah, 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 40 million. Yeah. So they're looking at him and saying they think they might be able to get him for 40 million now. But how is Chelsea turning around saying that Nicholas Jackson's 80 to 100 million, but we can't get 50 million for Garnacho? And he's surely he's in the same Madueke and Langos type of brace, man. 50 million to 60. Come on, bro. 40 million is a bit cheap, bruv. Aston Villa, Tottenham and Chelsea are all thought to be monitoring his situation, along with some clubs overseas, although Garnacho's preference is to stay in the Premier League. So he wants to stay in the Premier League. That's the only 3 clubs that can really sign him. It's Aston Villa, Tottenham and Chelsea. But look at this, though. Chelsea are looking at Simmons now. So if they get Simmons, they're not signing Garnacho. That's their Madueke replacement. Tottenham have got Son, Kulusevski, Tell, Odegaard, Richarlison, Mikey Moore, Kudus, Johnson. That's 8 players alone that can play on the wing. 8 players that play on the wing. You really think they're going to go and get Garnacho? That's 9 players that can play on the wing. That's mad. I don't think that's going to happen. So I think it's only Aston Villa that can go in for him. He's already sat there and he's already sat there and wore a Villa shirt. So they've probably seen it and said, yeah, look, he's twerking for us. So I think Aston Villa is the only team that can really go in for Alejandro Garnacho. If it's not Aston Villa, I think it's a myth. I'll be real with you. I think that's the only team that can go in for him. And then obviously Pete Hall's come out from the iPaper Sport. He gets a few things all right. He said Alejandro Garnacho is attracting interest from Aston Villa and Tottenham. So he's talking about Aston Villa and Tottenham. Ducker's talking about Aston Villa, Tottenham. Chelsea, they're in for Simmons now. So I think he's a myth now. If Simmons was to break down, maybe they come back for Garnacho, but I don't think they're in for him, man. So the Garnacho hype is a bit techie. I'll be real. I don't know where he's going to end up. He's sitting there. He's limiting himself as well by saying, I only want to stay in the Prem. You're just limiting yourself. So it's out of them 3 clubs who can afford you. And on top of that, the wage is nothing. He's only on 50k, but it's affording. And Garnacho's got this ego where he thinks he's Ronaldo. He thinks he's lit. So he won't even go to a West Ham or a Brentford or something like that. Even if they came in and paid the money, he wouldn't even go there. I can't see him going there. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. It's a weird one still. It's going to be a weird one to see how this one goes. But the only one I can see it being is Aston Villa. If it's not Aston Villa, it's a myth. Because Chelsea are going in for Simmons, bro. And Tottenham have got about 8 wingers already, which is crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. We're going to have to see what happens. But it's a weird one. And obviously, in the end with Brian Mbeumo's salary at Man United is incentivized based on performances and is comfortable within the club's pay structure. Because what happened was when it came out, literally the day it came out that Brian Mbeumo picks Man United over Arsenal, the Newcastle and Tottenham, Newcastle journalists went bananas. The PR was crazy. It went bananas. He's on 250k a week, blah, blah, blah. It went madness. So obviously they're just letting us know, yo, I think he's on 150. So Cunha's on 150, he's on 150. Calm. That's our wage structure. It fits in it. But they were trying to say the only reason he's picking Man United is because they're paying him 250k a week. Newcastle just went mad. They couldn't hack it, bro. So that's why we're letting it be known, yo, it's a normal wage. Like, you've gone mad with all that chat there. Yeah? So that's Garnacho wrapped up. Ornstein came out and said, yo, there's a very good chance that Rasmus Hojlund is going to leave. So he's looking like he's going to leave. He's linked to Juventus. He's linked to AC Milan. This came out yesterday, but it's from Italian sources, which we take with a pinch of salt now because they're very, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what they're saying. But Hojlund is looking like he might go to Juventus. AC Milan asked about him not too long ago. And Hojlund, this is the geezer that a lot of you lot spoke about in the chat not too long ago. We're eyeing him apparently, but that's from a bowl laps. I don't know how true this is. Man City is already as well, but apparently he's going to be about 100 million. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. So it's a myth to me. But yeah, Hojlund, that's what Ornstein said. That is very likely he's going to leave. Ornstein's tier 1, and Laurie Whitwell said something about it as well. Ornstein obviously went on to say as well, after completing Cunha and Mbeumo, we want a goalkeeper, a defensive midfielder, and a new striker. That is the 3 targets we're in for. So all this wing back talk people talking about, forget about that. That's not happening. So it's them 3. So Lammens, I've showed you lot who's on the list. I'll get into it in a second. But that's what's going on. And then obviously he turned around and said Jadon Sancho has been heavily rumoured to be closing in on a move to Juventus, which is a lie. It's not accurate. So where we was hearing all that talk, it's not true. So this is what I'm saying now. We've got to take these Italian sources with a pinch of salt. If man sees something, man's not going to automatically say, yeah, it's done or whatnot, or it's close, because these guys just make up stuff for fun. So Jadon Sancho is not true. Look, this is an example of what they were saying. Look at this. They were saying the likely departure of Bangula will allow Juventus to do a deal with Jadon Sancho. Then Fabrizio came out and said Bangula leaves Juventus to go to Werder Bremen. And then look, they said, yeah, Juventus are expected to finalise the deal for Jadon Sancho, agreement between Juventus and Man United. That's what got said on the 21st, which was yesterday. And then Ornstein's come out today and said, yo, all that talk about it's close and all that is gas. So don't believe it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what's going on with Jadon Sancho. That's what's going on with Hojlund. And that's what's going on with our scouting now. What we want is goalkeeper, defensive midfielder, and striker. Ornstein then went on to say that all this Benjamin Sesko talk we've been talking about for the whole week is gas. It's not happening. It's too much. Benjamin Sesko, Ollie Watkins, Nico Jackson were not currently being actively pursued because they cost too much. I told you lot, 90 million for a project striker. We're not doing that no more. It's done. Them days are over. So Benjamin Sesko, we're not going for him. We're not going for Ollie Watkins. And we're not going for Nico Red Card Jackson. It's not happening. So now United are placing greater emphasis on our alternative options as things stand. I said to you lot, I don't mind going for Mateta or something, but he might get priced out of a move. I don't mind anyone that's not in the Prem if they're coming on loan. You can get Vlahovic, Moise Keane, any of these geezers we're linked with if they come on loan. Kolo Muani, Ramos, any of them, bring them. If they're on loan and we can see what they're on, it's just what Rashford's going on with Barca. They're going to see what he's on. If they don't like him, or send him back. Simple as that. I'm cool with that. But I'm not on this. We go out there and spend a mad money on someone and then they end up being a Hojlund. So that's what he basically just said to us. He told us United tried to enter the race for Hugo TK, but by that time he's already gave Liverpool the heads up. Do you get it? He's already committed to Liverpool. And Victor Gyokeres, we inquired about that, but he made it clear he wants to join Arsenal, and United do not intend to advance on anyone unless the desire is mutual. So because he said he wants Arsenal and he's told us now, we said, no problem. Do your thing. We're not interested no more. We're not going to try and bid for him. There's no point. And then it just Laurie Whitwell basically just said we was keeping tabs on Benjamin Sesko since he was 16. Do you understand? But he's currently not the subject of a serious attention. So, and the cost of signing him is crazy. And his performances in the Bundesliga were spooky. 13 league goals. We're not rating that one there. So forget about it. So yeah, that's what Ornstein basically said. That's more or less Ornstein wrapped up. He said Hojlund is looking like he's going to leave. Sancho is looking like he's going to stay for now. Like there's nothing going on with Juventus. It's not close. Ollie Watkins, Sesko, and Jackson are not being pursued. So there's all these talk, but it's not. It's all gas basically. It's not going to happen for now. Gyokeres, we're not going to bid for him. And then obviously Laurie Whitwell came out and just said, yo, Man United's attention is now on sales, with several strikers being considered if Rasmus Hojlund leaves. Benjamin Sesko tracked, but no active talks or move. Club not planning to bid for Victor Gyokeres. And Barca have a 30 million euros buy option in Marcus Rashford's loan. Gyokeres, what's his name? Fabrizio came out about 10 hours ago and said this. We've been offered the chance to bid for Gyokeres, but he's saying he wants Arsenal, so we're not going to bid for them. It's done. You understand? But obviously, my thing is, this can't be close. If we just got offered to bid for him last night, this can't be close, can it? Because what if you're close to wrapping it up with Arsenal? Why are you offering him to us? I don't understand that, but whatever. And then he just goes and says the same thing, that Man United have looked at several midfielders with Amram wanting the position strengthened, but conversations are at a preliminary stage, which is early stage basically. So that's the situation from Laurie Whitwell. This is what he's saying, and yeah, etc. And then Laurie Whitwell goes on to say, look, this is what happened with the Brentford stuff, why it took 7 weeks. Brentford are unimpressed by lowball offer. Man United paid more, but less than the 70 plus 7 million. That's what they wanted. They wanted 77 million of us in total. We only paid 71. So we still went under, blah, blah, blah. And why the deal took so long? So he ended up getting into it and said Brentford believed that United had been informed by agents of a price that would get the deal done. United's initial offer fell below that figure. And in any case, Brentford's valuation did not tally up with the message from the agents that apparently communicated north. So Brentford's what was saying was not the same thing that the agents were saying. It's a joke thing. They were just playing games. Some people involved in the deal say Brentford applied pressure on Mbeumo. They tried to force Mbeumo to accept moves to suitors who had offered more than us. And that was Newcastle and Tottenham. They offered more money than us. They tried to force the geezer to say, yo, go there instead. Bro, he already made it clear, I only want to go United. Yeah? You can offer me anywhere. I'm going to United, bro. You look can go to the beach. You can go to the Toon, Newcastle, London. Because people were saying he wants to stay in London or something. No, I want to go to Manchester. So he just shut that down. Chelsea tried to make a late bid, apparently, from Chris Wheeler. I don't know why they done that when he's already put his preference out that he only wants United. And then obviously he was only outscored by Mo Salah, Isaac, Hojlund, and who's the other geezer? Mo Salah, Isaac, Hojlund. I think there was someone else on the other list. But yeah, that's a good company to keep. So hopefully that transpires to us, man, and we see who are gone. But Brentford, I want them relegated. They need Whistle gone. Sell Whistle and just get relegated, please. Because that's the only geezer that can bail them out. But we need them relegated. They are dickheads. I don't know what their beef is with us, but they were really trying to push it and they just left it for 7 weeks and tried to, you know what I mean? Make it go mad. But yeah, fuck Brentford, man. I hope they get relegated. And then bam, we got the goalkeeper situation. Let me start with the middle. That's basically one of our young boys that people keep talking about. This geezer. Vitek scored. Vitek. Bro, this geezer's meant to be loaned out again. So we're not rating him. He just came back from a loan. And now he's meant to be going to a loan again. He's expected to arrive in Austria soon to be loaned to Strom Grass. I think that's where he came from. So what is going on with this geezer then? I don't understand. But yeah, anyways, situation remains the same with Emi Martinez. Villa keeper keen on the move, but Man United yet to decide. So we don't know what we want yet. We don't know if we want an experienced keeper or a young one. But Lammens, there's talks ongoing, and we don't know. Fabrizio came out and said the same thing. Basically, the other day, Lammens were in for him, but Martinez is there as well. So it's up to us to figure out what we want. Do we want an experienced keeper or do we want a young keeper? I would go for Lammens, bro. He's 23. He's got the best stats in the world for goalkeeper right now. Give him a chance, man. This Martinez guy's going to miss the first game against Arsenal if we buy him anyway because he's head loss and took out Hojlund. The geezer that was probably never going to score anyway. So I don't know. I will go for Lammens, innit? But I don't know what we're going to do, man. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to see, innit? I see we're trying to go for Prem proven with the strikers and the 10s, but we don't need to do that with the with keeper, man. This geezer seems like he's ready. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully, man, we make the right decision. But either way, I'll be cool anyway. I'll be cool whatever happens. We can't ignore midfielder. This is the reason we can't control games. I'm with you. It seems like we're in for a midfielder anyway. Like I said, we're getting 100 million from Mark. Yeah, I don't mind loans. I'm cool with the loan stuff. I'll be real with you, lot. Writing stuff online, scream the cops should investigate these idiots. I'm sick of slow FC, Glazers out. Yeah, you're trolling, Earthan, man. You're starting to troll. Who are you saying? This idiots, Martin Vane. I need to leave. I'll wait and see who starts saying this stuff about Hojlund before listening. Yeah, man, this Hojlund guy, like I said, there's the rumours that's come out about him. It's just like we're in for him and Man City's in for him as well. But man, I'm saying it's 100 million or 80 million, and this market is fucked now, man. He used to play for Sporting. He used to play for Sporting with what's his name? With Ruben. He's all right still. I'll be real. Check him out. Was part of Ruben. Yeah. There are some great players in this team. Bruno, Nakonya, Xerxes, and every line I could say a name. I'm really happy to meet them. Is that what Mbeumo said? Yeah. Love for that, JB Stacks, man. Love for that, my guy. Appreciate you. Oh, him. Didn't he go AC Milan? No, he's not going AC Milan. Herman's still there. You see what Brentford tried to do with us. Bruv, I'm on to them. They need to get relegated. I am hate watching on Brentford. I might do watch-alongs, hate watching on Brentford. That's how much I hate them now. Literally, they are a joke of a club. We've got no passer with them. We've done nothing to them. They battered us 4-0 when Ten Hag was here. Like, what have we done to you? You beat us 4-3 the last time we played. And they're just on, man. Go, Man United are set to focus. And yeah, of course. I got that, Chico. Love for that, man. That's here. The middle article, David Ornstein said that. You get me? Love for that, those Sheiks. Take it, you mean the 70 thing? Yep, it was crazy. Then throwing in Chelsea thing, 11 hour to try it on. Yeah. Did you see the Gyokeres news? Yeah, wait, I said about that already. It's here. This is the Gyokeres stuff that we're not going to bid for him. It's gas. You get it? We're not going to bid no more. It's not reciprocated, the love. He's already said he wants to go Arsenal, so it's a myth. And then Laurie Whitwell spoke about it as well. And look at the second paragraph. Benjamin Sesko trapped by no active thoughts on move. Club not planning to bid for Gyokeres. So all that Gyokeres stuff's a myth. So Fabrizio even coming out and saying what he's saying, it's just irrelevant, really. We got offered the chance to sign him, but he wants thing. So yeah, that's more or less what I've just said anyway. I wrapped that up. I've spoke about this geezer. This is the goalkeepers. It's going to be Lammens or Martinez is looking like. Hopefully they can drop their price for Martinez, or we could just go for Lammens, bro. It's 13 to 17 million. Just make it happy, bro. Clearly won't be dealing with Brentford again. We're never going there again. And I think Arsenal's never going to deal with Sporting again. We're not going to deal with Brentford again. It's a myth. Yeah, Wissa relegation clause, Mark. If Wissa goes, I think they get relegated. I think that's the only guy that can bail them out. Sorry to sound like a Trump, but fake news. What are you talking about? Fake news or what? Yeah, Wissa relegation clause. Oh, relegation clause. Oh, okay. Yeah, so boom. We'll leave that anyway. The Freedom Fighters, this is the situation with them. They're not coming on tour. We're leaving for tour today, you guys. For those that don't know, we're leaving today for tour. There's probably going to be pictures any minute now on the Man United site, all over Twitter about us going on tour. So we're leaving for tour any minute now. And Mbeumo's going to be there. And the Freedom Fighters are not coming. They're not invited. Just get your club and bounce. Yeah, so no Freedom Fighters are going to be there. We're leaving for tour today. And then the first game is on the 27th of July. Obviously, it says 26th on this, but it's not the 26th. It's going to be on the 27th. As you can see, it's 26th in America, but it's 27th for us. It's going to be about 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock. I would do a watch along, but it's going to be too late. I don't think I can react how I want to react. It might be a bit boring. So we'll see. So yeah, pre-season, we're leaving today. So US tour for these 3 games, Bournemouth, Everton. These are the games I'm scared of. I'm scared of these teams, these 3. I'm not scared of the big teams. I'm scared of these teams here. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's the Freedom Fighters. They're not coming. They're not invited. Anthony's only 40 million. We'll consider for under 40 million, sorry. And then we got Hojlund is now in a pole position to replace Vlahovic as the next number 9. But listen, we're taking Italian teams with a pinch of salt. I've told you like this. After Ornstein's already came out and said the Sancho thing's not close. And I showed you like this. Look at this article that came out yesterday. Agreement between Juventus and Man United, blah, blah, blah. And Ornstein shut that down. We're taking Italian teams with a pinch or so. So don't leave here thinking he's going to Juventus. It might not be happening. He definitely looks like he's going to leave. That's what's been said, but I don't know if he's going to go Juventus. So we'll see. Cool. So that's the Freedom Fighters. Then we got Garnacho, part of the Freedom Fighters as well. And he's basically, they're just saying that Chelsea and Napoli wanted him in January, but everyone thinks they can get him for 40 million now. That's the price that they think they can get him for. Aston Villa, Tottenham, and Chelsea are involved. The Tottenham page has said from Pete Hall that Garnacho was attracting interest from Villa and Tottenham, but I don't know if he'll go Tottenham. Chelsea are in for Simmons, Xavi Simmons. So I don't think he's going to go to Chelsea. And then when it gets to Tottenham, we got Matisse Tell, Kulusevski, Son, Brennan Johnson, Kudus, Mikey Moore, Richarlison, Odegaard. That's 8 wingers already. So I can't see them going for another winger. But I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. So I think it's only Aston Villa. Because Chelsea are going for Simmons. That's their Madueke replacement. Tottenham have got 8 wingers already. So I think Aston Villa or Boss. That's what I think. I think him coming out saying I only want the Premier League has limited him. And he's already worn a Villa shirt. So they might look at it and say, yeah, he wants us. And they'll leave it like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so that's a situation with Garnacho and Mbeumo is literally on a normal wage. Like, everyone is saying this mad stuff. Remember, when he got linked with us and he dissed Newcastle, Arsenal and Tottenham, it was come out that he's on 250, which was gassed. He's on a normal wage. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, my guys, man, we'll leave it as that, man. That's it more or less wrapped up. This is obviously the morning show. It's gone into the afternoon. So I'll be back on about 4:35, etc., 5:30. Hopefully we get some more news by then. If we get a bomber by then, someone goes or someone comes, I'll be back on a bit earlier. But love to the whole Metric community. Big up yourself. Make sure you all hit the like button on the way out. Hit the like button, my guys, on the way out. And subscribe if you're new here. We do this every day. Big up yourself. I appreciate all of you lot. I see you lot all in a bit, man.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mofos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm local. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more